today we're going to learn how to hold snare drum sticks, but before we do this, we're going to try and get an idea of how our arms and hands should feel when we're holding the drumsticks and when we're playing the snare drum. So to do this, I'm going to get you to bring your arm up to an approximate 90-degree angle and just let your hand hang there and try and feel all the weight that's in your hand and in your arm. So when you can feel that weight, try and just let the weight from your hand and your arm fall to your side. And just let it fall by itself. Don't try and force it down, or don't try and to hold the weight back. Just let it fall by itself. You can even put your other hand underneath this arm and try and feel all the weight that's actually there. And when you take your hand away, it should just fall down automatically. So this exercise is important because when we're playing the snare drum, we want to use as much of our own arm weight as possible to let the stick fall to the drum instead of forcing it to strike the drum, because that makes a much less natural sound and it's more of a harsh sound, which we don't want. So now that we understand the importance that arm weight plays, we're going to learn how to hold the snare drum sticks. So to do this, I'm going to get you to bring your arm back up to that 90-degree angle that we had before. And just let your hand hang loosely. And once you have this, you can flip your arm over. And don't move your fingers or your hand, just let it flip over. And this should be the natural position that we're going to put the stick in. So you can take your stick and slide it in between your fingers and your thumb, just like that. And on Vic Firth sticks, your thumb should rest between the H and the flag on the stick, and that will create the maximum rebound of the stick when you're playing it on the snare drum. So when you have it, don't move your fingers when you're pushing it in, just leave them in the position that they were, and then you can flip your hand back over, and that should be, your hand should be in the right position to play the snare drum. So make sure that you are gripping the stick with your fingers. There should be a slight pressure from your thumb on top of your pointer finger, but you don't want to grip the stick with your fingers. They should remain a lot looser around the stick than your thumb.